And Courtney now with a chance to close a little gap on Ron Capps, who's in front of her in the points. We're just like shuffling. Every time two cars come to the line. 597, 114 in tire smoke for Robert. Courtney's 411 and 313, and that'll put Courtney in a head-up matchup with Jack Beckman in the next round. Chip Booth joining me up here in the tower and talked about the fact that when he went to Frank Hawley's school, Jack Beckman was one of the instructors. Jack Beckman was also one of Courtney's instructors when he went to driving school out there, starting her career. It's going to be an interesting matchup when they come up next round. We've got one more pair of funny cars. This is going to be the other of the Paletta Motorsports machine. Number 16. 24 points. Sean Langdon, 415, 253 miles an hour. Looking at the numbers, they were almost identical on the reaction timer. Sean Langdon, by the time they were 300 feet out and stuck the nose out in front, when we watch again the Magnetic Rally instant replay, you're going to see a little bit of haze coming off of those Goodyears for the first time this weekend. The Alvanabi car, a little chink in the armor. And well, they are still in a very good position. Hayes in the tires goes 607 at 112. So Beckman will have one last opportunity, a couple of weeks of Pomona, to try to get a trophy out of the 2013 campaign. And Courtney Ford will run in the finals. We'll watch this one again. We've seen Courtney and John in a couple of finals this year. On Father's Day, John beat her in the final when we were out in Bristol. When we got up to Epping, that was Courtney's birthday weekend, and she got the nod. Before we talk about that, though, let's talk about Alexis DeJoria and the day that she has been having. That Tequila Patrol Toyota is in the semifinals, and I don't mean because she was lucky. I mean because she was good. That Toyota has been running very well today. And Alexis DeJoria, if she can make it to the final round, how about an all-female this. I hope you guys all went over and signed up. Somebody's going to win a flat screen. Alexis' car lost traction immediately. John got a little further out. And he's pedaling. He's pedaling. There you see Alexis trying to get back after hers. Hiking the front end up. Man, she is driving that thing for all she's worth. And John got a little further down. He had a little bit more momentum on his side. And John Forrest goes into the final with a scenario like this. If he beats his daughter, he will lock up the championship. Of course, Courtney wins. You have to wait until we get... Fast. 6:33, 1:14 for the team. She gave it a shot. But John Forrest, a wire-to-wire job, and 24 points between he and the pursuers in the championship chase. Let's go down to the end of the racetrack and check in with Nathan again.
With Courtney Forrest, up to just a moment ago, you had low ET of race day, and your question was, why does he always have to one-up me?
No, every weekend I feel like, but you know what, good for him. You know, he's #1 in points right now. I'm proud of my dad making a good pass, getting past that first round, but you know what, for my practice team, you know, we're still in it. It's not over yet. So, you know, we're just trying to climb up in the points. You know, everyone's so close together, but to drive this Rookie of the Year car, I mean, I'm having the time of my life out here in Las Vegas with, you know, all these fans. You guys are great. We'll just see if we can keep going. But you know what, thank you to Ron Douglas, Dan Hood, but for practice, Tactical Ford Auto Club, Brand Stores, and Back Tools. Thanks to you guys.
Sean Langan goes 378.5 and 326 miles an hour on a track that so many of the others have struggled with. Wow, for Brian Houston and Alan Johnson, a tip of the cap. Brittany Smokes and Tires goes 11:33 at 50 miles an hour. I mean, I'm not quite giving him the championship crown as of yet.
He got here in a little while. It's going to be good. Everybody's going to get a little bit of that. But Andy Outlaw Jones making his way back this direction. Again, as I said, this is something he's been doing. Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, do you want Ed the Outlaw Jones to get up on those back tires? The other thing that helps that fire engine go from this end of the racetrack to that end, and you got to put your hands in the air. Everybody, get those hands up in the air. Let Ed the Outlaw Jones know it is time to go from one end to the other, standing on the back tires. Jason, Chip Booth mentioned when he was talking with Alan Reinhardt up in the booth, he wanted to drive a top fuel car for a funny car. Right. I want to drive that.
Yeah, of course, you wouldn't want to do that. I want to get up on that.
I want to drive that.
Right there in the middle of it. How much does he have to pay to do towards donuts out there?
Oh, I think they frown on that even more than coming back this way.
Here we go. This is going to be exciting. You're going to have to make some noise, Las Vegas.
So Ed, going to make the turn here. We'll come back through the water box again. Race fans, how many of you think that he can make it from this end to that end on the back tires? How many of you have seen him before? It's time to get loud in here, Ed. The starter's giving him the okay, and we're going to stage him off. Get those hands in the air, let him know it's time to go. Smell that?
I like it.
A little cinnamon in the air coming out of those pipes. That is just so cool. Ed needs to know. Let him hear you. The Jelly Belly fire truck. Let's get him to put it up once more. Looks like he's going to stop and try it for us, Jason.
I hope he does it. I bet he can do it. There you go.
There we go. That's a cool shot of that fire truck. Being able to see the underside of that thing as it comes back down this direction. Ed the Outlaw Jones, just absolutely a great performer. Somebody who loves the kids, loves the fans. Has thought about, well, maybe stepping out of the seat a couple of times, but every time he's considered it, he's always decided that it would make more sense to stick around and do what he does for race fans throughout the country. Hey, he's out of the car. Let him hear you.
And here's the best part. This is Outlaw. Championship number 16 at the celebration ensues. He wins 3 straight by taking down his daughter. They were almost identical in reaction time. And John Ford picks up his Sweet 16. What a season it's been for John Ford's racing. We're watching again the Magnetic Morelli instant replay up on the NHRA mobile vision. John Ford has certainly not forgotten how to get it done, and Courtney gave him a real ride out there. It comes up just a couple of hundredths of a second short. What a funny car final round.
She didn't get it. Father knows best. Well, absolutely, but she's beat him enough. Yep. And
John will get to a couple of trophies here before he heads out of the strip of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And John, who's had just such an amazing career, adds yet another highlight. This year, John Ford's final round at Bristol, Epic, Chicago, Sonoma, Dallas, St. Louis, Reading, and now Vegas. Hey, don't wander off. We've still got the top fuel final to go here. We're going to find out if Clay Milliken can win his first. How about that up on the big screen? John getting out, hugging his daughter, and going, yay. Clay goes 382 and 322. Hey fans, before you head out, how about a nice round of applause for all of our final rounds, huh? Now, was that a way to end a drag race? Oh man, I'm telling you, from the alcohol, pro stock, 2-wheel and 4-wheel. The funny car, the top fuel, what a cap to put on the day. The 13th annual Toyota Nationals. We're watching it again up on the Magnetic Morelli replay, the NHRA mobile vision. Clay Milliken is going to have to wait another day for a guy who last night was riding a tricycle at 320 miles an hour, making it to the final round. Not a bad day at the office.